listeners, and welcome to today's edition of the Peggy Smedley Show. As always, I'm your host, Peggy Smedley. Today, we're going to start out with the number of 22%. 22% of manufacturers plan to adopt what we've been talking about is physical AI. Physical AI within the next 2 years. Now, this is according to a 2025 Deloitte survey. Now, as we talk about this, physical AI is no longer a concept. It's quickly becoming a reality in many businesses, and it is accelerating faster than many of you might have expect. Now, I'm going to discuss that here in the first segment of the show, and I feel that this is really something that I want to share more than just use cases. I want to talk about industry momentum and the foundation required to scale what is called physical AI. So how many of you have been paying attention to all the hype surrounding physical AI? We currently are sitting at this inflection point. We're seeing a convergence of technologies such as AI, the Internet of Things, sensors, edge computing, and advanced robotics. Now, if we are being honest, for decades, data lived in dashboards, algorithms, and predictive models. The data only occasionally took action itself. But today, we're seeing this shift happening. Together, all of these technologies are beginning to power a new era of work, an era of physical AI. Now, physical AI refers to systems that can perceive, reason, and act in real-world environments. So, according to AWS, physical AI is a system that integrates perception, understanding, reasoning, and action to interact with its environment. Now, NVIDIA builds on this, saying these systems can perform and even orchestrate complex actions into real time. So this is a fundamental shift in how technology works. So robots, autonomous vehicles, drones, other similar devices are not just analyzing all this data we've been talking about, they're actually taking action. So this is where we're talking about, or what I've been talking about when we were saying what was M2M, back in the day when I was talking about machine to machine. It is a real-time action that happens. But back in the day, we were still missing something. And today's technologies are advancing all of that to make that happen in new and different ways. So NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang puts it, you no longer program the software, you actually train the software. So the growth for physical AI is just simply staggering if you think about what everybody's talking about. But it took a lot of legwork to get us here to what we're talking about. And I want to think of it, and want you all to think of it this way. M to M are the signals. IoT gave us all the data and the connectivity, and now I like to think of physical AI as opening up all the opportunities for context and understanding and the ability to take all this action that is needed for what we're talking about. So this is that moment when all this data we've been collecting becomes situational awareness. Think of it like this. Context, decision, and action, that's the loop. But in my world, you still need human in the loop. You can't leave the human out of it. So Counterpoint Research estimates 145 million physical AI devices will ship globally between 2025 and 2035. So let's go what they're saying here. And I was looking at this. This is roughly 59 million drones, 48 million robots, and 38 million autonomous vehicles. Now think about all the numbers we're saying. But this is the hard reality. Physical AI cannot operate in isolation. We're all talking about all this. This is just the next step after agentic AI. So I want us to put all this in an understanding, in the context that makes sense here. Systems that can think and act autonomously are moving into systems that can interact with the physical world. It is a domino effect. It is the evolution, the IoT to agentic AI to physical AI, and the moment is building quickly. So it didn't just happen overnight. It's all the transition that I've been talking about and that I want you to understand. So let's take a moment here to talk about what this looks like in practice in manufacturing and logistics as an example of one vertical market. Juniper Research finds that physical AI deployments in manufacturing and logistics, I guess I'll try to get that word out, will reach actually 400,000 systems by 2030. That's a 3,000, almost 3,500% actually increase from 2026. Now, these systems can navigate factory floors, transport materials, sort products, install components, and there will be so much more ideas that we haven't even begun to actually think about. So they are operating in dynamic, unstructured environments, and they are getting better every single day as more ideas come about. So physical AI systems must make decisions instantly. And this will require low latency connectivity, edge computing, real-time processing. Wow, do these words sound familiar? Well, this is exactly, again, we're repeating a lot of the things we did before, but now the next evolution. So let me give you this example that I just said, and we'll talk about what Belden deployed. If you didn't already hear about it, I'm going to share this with you. Belden activated a virtual safety fence using physical AI. And the system uses computer vision and closed-loop control to monitor workers. So if someone enters a dangerous area, the system automatically stops the machine. And this is not just automation. This is real-time intelligence protecting human lives. And it's not just manufacturing, which is interesting here as we think about this. And what excites me about what we're doing here is it can be used in any industry. Let me give you an example for construction. Construction is also being transformed. Job sites are becoming smarter environments. Cameras, sensors, think about wearable devices, are all becoming connected. The things that we've been talking about, and they have for years, but now we're tracking all of these movements. It's a safety, let's say, orchestration that is saving lives in droves. They are tracking human movement, detecting risks in real time, and triggering immediate responses. And this is how you save lives. This is the future of work right now. That's the exciting stuff. While it's still yet maybe not at every job site, in some cases it's already being implemented, and it's an impressive way to see the future of work at a job site. But let's be clear, this transformation is not easy. And I want you to understand that. Deloitte makes this point very clear, which I appreciate what they're saying. Even as AI advances, 81% of manufacturing tasks will still be human-driven. Human-driven. Let's understand that. We have to talk about the human in the loop here. This means humans and machines must work together. So let's go back to my point about human in the loop again. I'm going to keep repeating that because there are a real inherent challenges in all of this. It's not going to happen overnight, including talent gaps. You've heard that many times. Data readiness, governance, and even system integrations. It's not easy all of a sudden put everything together. Success will truly depend on how well organizations kind of address all of this. Because we all of a sudden think, woo, we just snap our fingers and it all just happens. It's not that easy. So I'm going to say, who are we kidding about all this? It's not all organizations have the ability to upskill and make all these types of investments. But the fact isn't cheap, and it isn't easy, which brings me and all of us to a key enabler. I wrote this in a recent blog, and I want to mention it here. I think it's something that cannot be overlooked, and certainly at this moment in time. MES, we need to look at that. I think it's an interesting point, is when we look at manufacturing execution systems, we must connect the digital world to the physical world. And this is the really key part of this, because MES will be an essential part to providing the visibility, I think the control, even the traceability across the operations. And I think we can't overlook this, because I was looking at a research report, which is really interesting. According to QI Research, the MES market will grow from $14.3 billion in 2025 to somewhere around $23.4 billion by 2032. So think about the growth there. That number's pretty significant if you're looking at overall. So QI Research is saying some pretty significant growth. When combined with AI, MES becomes more than a monitoring tool. It becomes an intelligent, I think, design engine. I mean, it really is the backbone of all of this. So in fact, we could consider AI the brain. Maybe I should say MES is the nervous system and the physical AI is the body, if you're trying to put all the pieces together here. Maybe I'm being a little too contrite with this, but I think it helps you understand how all these pieces are coming together. They work in tandem and they create a complete intelligent system. That's what I'm trying to get across here. But of course, through all of this, we need a skilled workforce, strong partnerships, and a commitment to integration. That's what all this has to happen. And I think when we're talking about physical AI, I think we have to understand that's the critical part. With all of this in mind, I think I want to ask you all to think about this. What steps can we take today to get started with physical AI? And I was thinking long and hard about this, and I thought, like any technology implementation, we must begin with a clear high-value use case. So physical AI works when it solves a real operational problem tied to safety, quality, throughput, or drives, let's say, adaptive welding, precision cutting, 3D printing, maybe pick and place, robotics assembly, whatever you have in mind. But that's the first thing. Maybe the second thing, you need to think about is build the real-time digital foundation. Sensors, connectivity, maybe clean synchronized data, and edge intelligence. Without any of this, physical AI has nothing to perceive or interpret. It still goes back, all of it, to the data. I think the third point I want to say is integrate the physical and the digital systems. You have to put them together, whether it's IT, OT, IoT, robotics, safety systems, and workflows must operate as a coordinated environment. Everyone must be in sync and the collaboration and seeing the same information. If you're not, it's not going to work. And I think number 4, equip and empower the workforce. We talk about this all the time. Operators, technicians, supervisors need the training, trust, and clear human-machine teaming practices. When everybody's on different pages, it doesn't work. We must ensure we are talking about the people, the process, and the technology being in sync. Everybody must be working together. And finally, I think I would say scale deliberately across sites, across the environments. Everybody must be working together in understanding what's happening. Validate performance, maybe in real world, then expand. I always like to say, is it repeatable? Can you do it? Is it safe? Is it strategic model? It's great to have a great idea, but if it's only you can do it at one plant, what's the point? This must be something that is a design that can be used again and again, that's resilient and repeatable, that everybody can use. And is it scalable? Think about it that way. So here's my opinion for today. Physical AI doesn't make products on its own. It orchestrates the machines that do. That's how you have to think about it. Physical AI is not just the next phase of AI, it is the next phase of industry, if that's what we want to do with this. The companies that succeed will be the ones that connect digital intelligence to physical action. That's what we have to think about. They will build the environment that are intelligent, responsive, and even adaptive. So if we think about that, then here would be my tip. Do not just start with technology. Start with the problem or your challenge and what is keeping you up at night. We talk about that a lot, but identify the area that you have a real-time action can deliver real value. Build the foundation to support it, because the age of physical AI, the real-world advantage is not just knowing what is happening, but it's acting in real time. Remember that, acting in real time. And the data will lead you all the way to the next solution and beyond and into the future. Okay, listeners, I'm out of time. Make sure to share and subscribe to all of our episodes each week. Share your thoughts with me on X and continue the conversation there on LinkedIn and YouTube. We've got so much more to share. This is the Peggy Smedley Show, your voice for our connected world. And remember, with great technology comes great responsibility.